array is a data structure that stores multiple values of same type in a single contiguous block of memory. For example, other array will be like this: array size of 10. So only it contiguous means, for example, if this is 2000 means one index under provision will be 2004, likewise second index 2008, this one 2012. Basically this is a int array, so it increments by 4. If it is a char means character means then it will be incremented by 1. So based upon the data type, it will store the next index will be incremented by the bytes of it by means of the data type. So to declare an array in Java, we have to use the syntax like int and then use like a square brackets and then in this square brackets we have to define the size. For example, 10 means it will allocate 10 spaces for storing 10 integers. In array, the only constant of the main disadvantage it is fixed size. Then you can store in array like this: array of I equal to I. Then it will be stored. In arrays, we have built-in data types also, built-in methods also. For example, arrays.fill, arrays.binary search will do a binary search other binaries, and then arrays.compare will compare to array. Arrays.copy of will create a copy of from one array to create an array. It will copy from one array. Copy of range is used to copy within a range, and deep equals is basically used to compare the both arrays are equal deep hash codes to get hash code. Deep to string is to convert the array to a string. Equals same equals is used to check the fill is used to fill the array with the same value. Mismatches and prefix values of sorting is used to sort the array. Split return is used to traverse in two ways. String to string, there are multiple methods. So using this arrays.fill, you have to give the array name. For example, file is string.toString. So when I run this, I'm getting an error. Let's see what happens. And then arrays.compare will compare to array. Arrays.copy of will create a copy of from one array to create an array. It will copy from one array. Copy of range is used to copy within a range, and deep equals is basically used to compare the both arrays are equal deep hash codes to get hash code. Deep to string is to convert the array to a string. Equals same equals is used to check the fill is used to fill the array with the same value. Mismatches and prefix values of sorting is used to sort the array. Split return is used to traverse in two ways. String to string, there are multiple methods. So using this arrays.fill, you have to give the array name. For example, file is string.toString. So when I run this, I'm getting an error. Let's see what happens. So this it will not. is usually we assign I and then 5 is assigned to this. So how it is accessed? Let's see. For example, it will have this address. So consider the base address as 100. So it will be 100, 100, 106, like this. To get the, for example, to get the 0th index, to do a calculation inside it. For example, half of it base address. Base address is just one. This is location. Base address plus I need to series of that is for here. In this case, we use int. So for every index, it will do this. So it will just access by the for example, 0 means 0, 0 into 4 0. So of 0 equal to R of 0 means it will assign alias R of sorry R of 100. It will access the element which is stored at the 100th element location. 100th. So if you give 1 means it will become 4 into 4, 4 and then 100 plus 4 means 1. It will carry on first index. This is how it is accessed. So using this raw file for using this raw file we can get the trailer element. Basically this is one of the best advantages. We are filter of the element is and we go for trailer. That is all of this. This is done using the index. Okay. So the disadvantages will be that this size we cannot increment, and then we cannot insert or delete. For example, we create 10 or 2 means only 5. Other 5 will be wasted. Memory will be free, but it is memory will be created but not used. So it is one of disadvantage. So this is how it is done. You can sort also. When start sorter, then sorter. Okay. You can get the input from user also. Disadvantages we cannot insert or we cannot delete. If we insert means we have to shift the element, or delete means also we have to shift that. Real world use case. First is it is total contiguous using index. For example, we can store a student's mark. For example, consider roll number 1. Roll number 1 scored 50 marks. Roll number 2 scored 70 marks. We can do this like this. We can get the input or we can store it. So using the index like this, the roll number, we can get the mark. So a limited list is a linear data structure where elements are stored in nodes and each node contains data and value. Data, the value is stored and the next node address is also stored. For example, here the data value will be 1 and what we store in this mountain is next. It will be storing the next node address. For example, here 200 is stored here and then it will be linked like this. If you have one-time function for then here the next node is 300, so in this 300 is stored in the next node address. Here we don't have any next node, so it is defaultly binary. Instead of this is we don't need to declare a size where we need to declare in array we need to declare size. So it is fixed size, this is not fixed. So this is an important point here. And here insertion and deletion is possible, whereas in arrays it is means we have to move elements after deletion or insertion, which is not possible if we are declaring more number like 10. After that we cannot insert. We can insert here any number of ones or delete any number of ones. But the problem is we cannot access the node value in bigger of 10 complexity. In Java we have default built-in utils it is captured in Java. It is in Java okay, and then I will implement that as data. So we are using constructor to initialize and the next will be null. This is the default. You can keep this or not. It works both fine. So for example, we have to implement the methods. For example, insert. So we need to insert a node. So we need to create a node. We need to create a node, right? So if we will need to go this data. We need to check if it is null means there is no node created already, or else we have to insert in the last. So if it is not null means we need to insert at the last. So this will move to the last node. For example, we have 1, 2, 3 and then 9. If temp prop, you have to store the address of this new node here and then it will be net here, right? So the temp will be moving there. So here comes temp prop next to 9. It stops here. 3 comes. So temp prop next to this is the insert method. We can delete also. Or delete and delete. If we have to delete it, just check and then just return or else if the head is there, if you take data return data return dot next. No, we have to n equal to we have to move it. For example, when we create one, we just create we just move the head to here too. So then the one will be done. So or else and next to the data not equal to our data. That's data. So until that we have to for example, so we want to direct the use, we have to assign the address of the next node of 3. So the address of next node of 3, here this new address will be this 300 has to be stored here. So when you store here 300, it will and then it will be but you don't have function. This is into so after moving it, I have to check if down of next equal to none means not equal to none means and temp not is still temp to that next dot next equal to temp next dot next. Here this here you can stop when you can see. Okay. Here it will stop when it comes here after the leaving temp next to the data. It will stop temp will stop here. Temp will be here. So in this temp dot next we have to store the temp dot next dot next here. It is this 300 as well. So in temp dot next we have to store the temp dot next dot next. Then the return will be done. So for display 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 you get temp not equal to 9 not to data temp equal to okay the object yes dot 3 insert 5. So this using this method it will insert it. From here it is better profile will be better after the profile. So this is implementation. So using this introduced we can create multiple data structures like stack, queue, and then we can use it as table also. Maybe collisions it might be used for Pinterest and videos. So Pinterest is continuous and deliver the applications like music playlist and then undo redo browser page or like forward and backward. There are major applications also using Pinterest. So stack is a linear data structure used to store elements. It is storing elements in a stack manner. For example, we insert 5 wins and it is stored. After that we insert 3 wins, 3 and it is stored. 2 wins, 2, 7 wins, 7. So it will maintain a variable and like on top, like in the list we have it, here we have top, here using this top, we can traverse. So when we try to print the stack, output will be 7, 2, 3 and 5. Basically it operates based on last in, first out, before. Last in, the last of the element will be first out. So it is also used for various other purposes in real world, like undo redo. We can use two stacks to for undo redo, and then we can implement next create element to get in array. There are multiple uses using the stack. It is a net array, but we can't. It is not in a contiguous. We can store off data of any data type like int, character, or string. In Java, we have built-in stack in the collection. So the stack has methods like push, like an element, extends vector, which is another abstract class, which is another class. It is also similar to ArrayList, and pop is used to remove the top element. Peek is to retrieve the top element without removing it. Empty checks whether the stack is empty. Search is to search whether the stack has the element. That's it. It's the stack. So st.add or st.push 20, both the same. You can see like this vector method we have add. Then we have add element using this. You can add it. Then just push also. Both that's the same. Push 30. Yeah, for that first address capacity is directly from, and then the first index of insert method. Let's search. Yeah, it is to the fourth index from here. So it is building this map. Let's confirm. It will return the last index if I is greater than 2. Last index of that element. And this last index goes in the vector class, which will return the last index of that particular element. If I is greater than to 0, that is not minus 1. That is not minus 1 means then the size minus I will be size minus I. For example, it is the 0 means so size will be 4. 4 minus 0, 4. That's it. That's it about stack. You can use it for checking the balanced parentheses also to check whether the string is balanced.